I think we kind of touched on this sorts of questions yesterday, but I think it's good to maybe go into a bit more detail here. So how can you encourage your spouse to do more so you can move forward as a family? You don't want to appear critical, but you think they can do more.
Okay. Encouraging your partner to do more doesn't necessarily always mean that you have to criticize or nag. You can praise, right? I'm sure a lot of us have heard of the sandwich technique. So there's praise, then there's correction, then there's praise.
Yeah.
So you start off praising them. You know, I feel like you do this thing very well. Okay, so I'll give you an example. For years now, I've been on Pastor K about doing something for men. Because I've always said it. I mean, from the year we got married, and so not the year we got married, so 3 years after we got married, I started ministry for women. I started officially doing a ministry for women. And I felt like what was happening was we're training the women and handing them over to untrained men.
Wow.
So we're teaching the women everything. Pray for your husband, take care of your husband, have sex with your husband, cook for your husband, treat your in-laws right, treat his friends right, pray for him, prophesy over him, you know, support him, fight with him, fight, you know, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
We teach them everything, how to fight correctly, how to communicate, how to look good for the man, how to have babies and still look good, everything. And the man is just asked to just be. Just be there and receive it all.
Yeah.
And so, of course, what's happening is we're damaging the women because the men are untrained on how to manage such a powerful woman. She's now doing, so maybe our parents, many years ago, our parents had the situation where the man at least could lead with money. But now the curriculum has changed because women are earning as much, if not more, than their husbands. And so the only thing men were trained to do, which was provide, is not the only need the woman has anymore.
Not anymore.
This woman has now developed. We've trained her to want emotional things. We've trained her to tap into her spiritual side. We've trained her to tap into her mental side. Develop yourself. Learn things about finances. Learn things about football. You know, do whatever the man, do anything. Just keep up with the man. And the man slowed down. So that it now becomes a problem. Because this woman gets there and she's so ready to take on the world and meets a man who is just there. Nobody has taught him how to pray. Nobody has taught him anything but just provide financially. And now that one thing that you think you can do, the woman can do 2 times better. So marriages are having the challenge. So I started talking to him about it. It's okay, you can do this. So I first started out nagging about it. Like I said, everything we teach are things that we have learned ourselves. So I always tell people there's work in marriage. Marriage doesn't just happen. It's work. So I started out doing what most wives would do. Why don't you want to help the men? My women are being stressed. Oh. Why are you stressing my women? Oh? If I start teaching the women how to go and be on their own, oh, must they marry? They can even do IVF. I would always go on. And I noticed that he would just be quiet. It wasn't making much of an impact. And that's why I said what I said yesterday about the fact that when a woman tells her husband something over and over again, it's nagging. But when his pastor, someone he respects, tells him, it's revelation. He comes home to you and says, oh, you won't believe what Pastor Emmy just said. And you're sitting there thinking, but I've been telling you this thing for 5 years. How is it a revelation to you now? You know. So, first of all, I would say, if there's someone... So first of all, I would say, correct the way you tell him. You can tell any man, you can tell a man to do anything for you or get him to do anything if you would tell him respectfully.
Come on.
So don't come from the approach of, I know better than you, I'm trying to fix you, which is what most wives do. What he will do is he will see his mother in you, and every man, one of men's greatest desires is freedom. His mom and dad have told him what to do. He's waiting for the day he will be his own king in his castle, and then you come along and you want to fix him again. No, he's not going to allow that. So the way you tell him, so respect is crucial, and how you tell him, how you get him to do things. Secondly, praise. So I started telling my husband, you do so well when you talk to couples. Wow. I just wish sometimes, you know those things you tell men in meetings, I just wish sometimes you had meetings for just men. If you would tell them this thing, what? I know you get it in your time. I started doing it, I started dropping the hints, I started doing that, I started doing that. After a while, he'd come, I think I should do a meeting for men. I've told you this thing for 7 years, sir. All of a sudden it's revelation, but wow. That's the thing about you, Sha. You always come up with very deep ideas. Okay, so how can we make it happen? And then he says, I don't know the details. Okay, I'll handle the details. Do you have any particular month you want? So apart from just complaining, can you help?
Yeah.
So find out how you can come in. So when he says, this is what I want, you say, oh, okay, so how can I come in?
Yeah.
So what do you need me to do? So I started working with him on that. Now, we've done men's meetings. However, the thing that he had been trying to tell me for a long time, which is that men don't learn the way women learn.
Come on.
So if you do a meeting, a relationship meeting, for instance, women would come out. If you do a seminar, women would come out. Men learn more by seeing what you do than by listening. They are more visual than auditory. Women are more auditory learners. We'll sit down, you tell us things in seminar, we'll take notes, get home and find out how to apply it. A man wants to see a man do that thing, and it works.
Come on.
It has to work. A man doesn't want to stress himself and just say, they said we should be climbing
should
step
be
every
trying.
day. No. As he works for you,
Yeah.
and you know, that's another reason why I jokingly say that if men were the ones having babies, we would not have more than one child per family. They would not do it. Because women will tell you, don't worry, when you get there, it's sweet. Don't worry, it's not like that. It's not that. Don't worry, it's easy. And we all go in there and come out and say, this is not happening again, but we all go back in. But men will come out and tell you that, forget these people, oh. Just the thief babies, oh. Anybody who is to get to take one, you know, it must work for a man to go. Women will tell you try, and we'll all go and try. Men are not like that. So you know, so you have to. So that was one of his challenges of having seminars for men. He kept saying men don't learn like this.
Yeah.
If you want men, you have to do. You have to get them to do. You know, or you call things they're interested in already. So if it's a financial seminar,
Yeah.
we'll do a financial seminar. Then he'll come in and say, deal with your wife with understanding, so that your prayers will not be hindered and you can make money. So it's a financial seminar, but we'll find a way to put this in. So I wasn't really listening. So sometimes that thing you're saying your husband can do better, listen to what his concerns are. Listen to what his fears are. Listen to why. Then you can fix it. You can now find out how you can come in and how you can help. And if all else fails, I still think you should talk to someone he's accountable to.
Yeah.
Let the person ask him questions, leading questions. Because they just go and say, your wife said you don't want to listen. That's hell for you for the next 6 months. Because he's going to feel you are reporting me to my leader. Then you won't trouble in this house. He would go quiet on you. Or he would just be telling his leader, yes, sir. And then what happens is that you are losing that, you're wasting the opportunity to have someone you can report him to if you really need to.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So just ask real questions. Get somebody who can also ask him leading questions. Why are you not doing this? What do you think you can do better?
Yeah.
And then it should make a difference.
Good stuff.